Hey everybody, welcome back to the next part of my DVD overview, collection overview. In this video I'm going to take a look at some of my smaller sections, so we're going to do them all in one. I have my crime section of movies, and these are my disaster movies right in here. And here begins Disney movies. I've got a few more down here. Not sure if I'm going to get the Disney movies in on this video, but for sure we're going to do the crime and the disaster movie. So let's get started first with the crime section. First we have Angels with Dirty Faces, starring James Cagney, Pat O'Brien, and Humphrey Bogart has a smaller role in this one. Classic movie. This one is not on the shelf because I keep it on another shelf with boxed sets, but I have this wonderful collector's edition of Bonnie and Clyde, Warren Beatty, Faye Dunaway. It's a classic. Features great bonus features, the making of, got all kinds of books and so forth. Nice collection. But that would actually come next if I had it on this particular shelf in the crime section. Next we have Edward G. Robinson in Bullets or Ballots. Joan Blondell. Love Joan Blondell. Love anything that she did back in the day. Next we have James Cagney in G-Men. Not one of my favorite Cagney movies. Next we have, of course, The Godfather. Can't have a crime movie section without The Godfather. And Godfather Part 2. I do not own Part 3. These are slip covers that came from Target, I believe it was, that I got these. So the actual DVD has that on the cover, but it has this popcorn movie series, I think was the from Target, but I think I paid like $5 a piece for both of those, so it was a pretty good deal. Next we have Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. Sorry, my arms are tired. I'm having a hard time holding them up high enough to reach there. Next we have Ida Lupino, Humphrey Bogart in High Sierra. Love Humphrey Bogart. Next we have James Cagney in Lady Killer. Next we have Edward G. Robinson, Douglas Fairbanks Jr. in Little Caesar. Great classic crime movie. Humphrey Bogart in The Maltese Falcon. Next we have James Cagney in The Picture Snatcher. Now we're getting to the good stuff of the Cagney movies. Roaring Twenties, or excuse me, Public Enemy. Then comes Roaring Twenties. Yeah, Public Enemy. Man, awesome movie from what year did this come out? 1931. Yeah, 1931. Fabulous movie. Actually quite graphic in places. Now we have The Roaring Twenties, which is also a fabulous Cagney movie with Humphrey Bogart, Gladys George, Priscilla Lane. Yeah, both of those together I think represent the best of Cagney's crime movies. Next we have the original Scarface, produced by Howard Hughes, directed by Howard Hawks, Paul Mooney, with George Raft and Boris Karloff. Yeah, that's where the original Scarface came from. Next we have James Cagney, Edward G. Robinson in Smart Money. One of my favorite movies of all time, The Sting, of course. Love Paul Newman, Robert Redford together in both the big hit movies they did, this and Butch Cassidy. Classic movies. What an awesome pair they were together. Next we have The Untouchables with Kevin Costner and Robert De Niro, Sean Connery. Yeah, great movie. And last in the crime section, we have James Cagney in White Heat. There we go. So, yeah, that's the crime section. Now, this right here is another small section of disaster movies. So I'm going to go ahead and do those in this video as well. So these are, yeah, disaster movies. First off, we have 2012. One of those great movies that is just a good popcorn flick, you know. Not big on story or character development or anything like that. It's just fun to watch the special effects and all that great stuff. Next we have Backdraft with Kurt Russell and William Baldwin, Scott Glenn, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Rebecca De Mornay, Donald Sutherland, and Robert De Niro. Yeah, all about firefighters if you haven't seen that one. Next we have The Core. Great movie with Hilary Swank, Aaron Eckhart. Great classic disaster movie. Next we have Dante's Peak, the only volcano movie I own. I do not own the other volcano movie that came out the same year because I thought it was pretty bad. This is a lot of fun. Pierce Brosnan and Linda Hamilton, Dante's Peak, all about a volcano eruption. Next we have The Day After Tomorrow, another one of those great popcorn movies. Just the special effects, you know, are really what this movie is all about. Next we have Sylvester Stallone in Daylight, all about a tunnel collapse and yeah, trying to escape from that. Of course, one of the original disaster movies is 1974 Earthquake. Charlton Heston, George Kennedy, Ava Gardner, Lorne Greene, Richard Roundtree, Genevieve Bujold. Yeah, fun movie. And when this movie came out, if you were not around in 1974 in the movie theaters, they had a thing called Sensurround, which was a system that was set up in the theater to make your seats vibrate and all that. So whenever the earthquake happened, you supposedly felt it as well as saw it. It was pretty cool for 1974 advance. Next we have Independence Day. I actually have two versions of Independence Day. This is the original one-disc version that I owned, and then was at a used bookstore and found the two-disc version. So I actually haven't watched this one yet, so I haven't seen what all the extra features are, but there's a ton of them that's on the two-disc set there. Next we have the Poseidon Adventure. Again, another classic disaster movie starring Ernest Borgnine and Gene Hackman. I was trying to take that sticker off, and now I remembered why. It wasn't peeling off very well, so I left it on there for the time being. Yeah, I think this was 1973, maybe. You know, I don't have my glasses on. I can't read the small print on the back, so I do not own Poseidon. I thought it was a horrible remake. Next we have special collector's edition of Titanic. Of course, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet. Fantastic movie, and yeah, I love this edition. If you'll notice, James Cameron found a way to put himself on the front cover there, which is kind of funny to me. But yeah, great edition, classy looking edition. Love that. Next, we have one of my favorite disaster movies of all time, The Towering Inferno, which was 1974 as well, I believe. Yes. Steve McQueen, Paul Newman, Faye Dunaway. Oh my gosh, the list goes on and on. Everybody that was everybody in movies back then. William Holden and Robert Wagner. Everybody's in this movie. Great disaster movie about a fire in a big high-rise building. Steve McQueen is the fire chief. Paul Newman is the architect that built the building. O.J. Simpson is in this as well, way before his controversy. And last in the disaster section, we have Twister with Helen Hunt and oh, what's his name? Bill Paxton. There we go. I couldn't think of his name. Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton. I do not have the airport movies, which were probably the godfather of the disaster movies. I just haven't picked those up yet. Don't have those in the collection. So someday I'd like to add those. I know there's a nice box set with all of the airport movies together in one. That would be pretty cool to have. So anyway, all right. Well, that concludes my my crime section and my disaster section here on this shelf. Next up, we will go with my Disney movies. That will be a short one as well. All right. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye.